Hey, what's up everybody, this is Kyle Record, and I'm coming with another video review. And today I'm reviewing the WWE Elite Series 2, that's right, I said Elite Series 2, Ted Dibiase. This is a figure I've had for quite a while, and I've been wanting to review this for a long time, but I guess I'm finally getting around to it now. Now, I've had this figure for quite a while, and I got this figure at a convention a couple of years ago for a really good price that I couldn't pass up. So I'm actually very glad to have this figure. Now, this is definitely one of the figures I was not expecting to actually have from this series, but I'm glad I do. Anyways, before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the packaging first. Now, this definitely brings me back. I miss this old style of Elite packaging here. Like, I miss this. That's why I went crazy for the WWE Shop.com exclusive Hardy Boys 2-pack, because they came in this type of package. So that's why I went crazy for it. Sorry, you can hear my cat in the background. Anyways, got a picture of Ted Dibiase right there, which doesn't really look like him that much. I guess too much Photoshop. Ted Dibiase, Series 2. Got the old school Elite Collection logo and the old WWE logo. Now, one thing I do miss about the packaging here is the windows, is the plastic windows. Not only do you have the front, but you also have these side windows right here. And you also have the back window. Now, when Elite Series 7 came around, they took away the side windows and the back window. But you still had the front window and the top window as well. So that sucks they got rid of that. Anyways, we got a picture of Ted Dibiase right there. We got his bio and stats. You can pause right there if you want to read. Of course, we got a picture of the figure. Display stand included, which I do have the stand, but I don't have the name tag, unfortunately. And the other figures in the series, we got Matt Hardy, Randy Orton, Triple H, R-Truth, and Batista. Now, when I got this figure, the vendor at the convention who sold it to me, he pretty much had this entire set. But by the time I got to the convention, the only ones he had Ted DiBiase, of course. He had Triple H loose, and he had Randy Orton mint in the package. However, he did tell me he had Matt Hardy and Batista, but he sold them earlier on in that day. So that's a shame, because I really want that Matt Hardy figure, and I really want that Batista too. Triple H, I might get him at some point, but I really want Matt Hardy and Batista, but definitely Matt Hardy. So it's a shame I couldn't get them, though. But hopefully someday. If anybody has Matt Hardy or Batista for trade, let me know in the comment section below, and maybe we'll work something out. Anyways, that's it for the packaging. Anyway, let's open up Ted DiBiase and see if he is as priceless as the back of his trunks say. So let's get him open. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we have Ted DiBiase open up and out of his packaging. Now, this figure is great. This is definitely probably one of the better earlier Mattel figures. You know, when Mattel was first starting out, some of their figures were kind of hit and miss. Some of them were like really, really good, and some of them were kind of crappy. But there were also some of them that were actually pretty good, and this definitely falls in that category of pretty good. So, anyways, here's Ted DiBiase. Now, his only accessories is, of course, the stand, which I don't have the name tag, unfortunately. And he also comes with a cloth Legacy t-shirt, because he was a member of the Legacy. Now, I believe Cody Rhodes is in Elite Series 3, and he also comes with the Legacy t-shirt. So maybe I'll get him at some point so I can complete Legacy. So that'd be pretty cool. I think the Randy Orton from the series Elite Series 2 is based from that era too. So if you have all three figures, you can create Legacy. So like I said, it's Velcro removable, just like any other cloth t-shirt. And it comes right off. Really nice. This is probably one of my favorite t-shirts from that era, you know, 2007 to 2010, which is when I grew up with wrestling, basically. Of course, it has a little bit of hair on it. Yep, not bad. Alright, so here's Ted DiBiase. The head sculpt is actually pretty good. It's actually one of the better head sculpts. As I mentioned, when Mattel was first starting out, the head sculpts were not the greatest. Now, this was way before the TrueFX technology that they started using. All they did was basically just scan you and do it in the computer. But for what it is, it's actually a really good likeness for Ted DiBiase. He looks kind of depressed, I guess you could say. But however, I think the head sculpt on the Elite Series 10 is slightly different. And I think that one looks a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know, it could be the same head sculpt, I don't know. Moving down, he's got the smaller torso because he was a smaller guy. The same basic arms. Got white wrist tape. It's got black trunks which say priceless on the back. Now when I first got this was a little bit of a brighter gold, so I hate this. So I hate that the gold paint they use on these figures fades away. Even from the beginning they did that. Of course, black knee pads and basic black boots. So like I said, overall this figure's actually not too bad. Articulation, head can rotate 360. Oops, sorry, I can't really look down and I really can't look up, which is unfortunate. Arms can fully rotate 360, go in and out, rotate at the bicep, then at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, and hinge. Of course, he's got the ab crunch, which some people love, some people hate. I like it, but I don't like the way it looks because it breaks up the body. So anyways, I can move about that far forward in case you want to do like a pinfall or something. And I can move about that far back. Well, not really that far, but you get what I mean. Anyways, swivel at the waist. Legs can go forward about that far. A little bit further than my other figures. Can't really go back though. Rotate at the thigh. Double jointed knee, but the knee pad kinda hinders it. So be careful of that. Swivel the boot. And since this is one of the older Mattel figures, you can actually get the ankle hinge because it's not really tight. The very tight ankle joint did not start until Elite Series 25. So good thing this figure didn't have that issue. So there's the hinge. Move about that far forward, I guess. And that far back. And of course it has the ankle pivot, which I love it when they put ankle pivot on the figures because you can definitely get a wider stance. So you can definitely get like a wider stance. Now the hip joints are not the greatest. Back when this figure came out, the hip joints were kind of bad. I don't know, like the quality was like really, it wasn't really that good. Like it definitely felt like every time you moved it, you were gonna break it. Especially on the Defining Moments Macho Man Randy Savage that came out that year, the one in the white and purple. The hip joints on that one were terrible. Like every time you moved the leg forward, you thought you were gonna break the the joint. And this figure kind of feels that way, but it's not as bad. So you don't have to worry about that too much. So anyways, overall this figure's fantastic. I think the $8 I paid for this was definitely worth it. So the vendor who sold it to me for $8, so excellent price. On eBay, I think he's pretty cheap. He's not like super expensive, so you don't have to worry about that. Last time I checked, I think in the box he was maybe $40, I think. And loose, he was maybe 25 or 30, but it depends on if he came with the t-shirt or not. With a t-shirt or not. If he didn't have the t-shirt, it was maybe $20, $25. But with the shirt, he was like 30 or something like that. But it's been a while since I've checked, so maybe the prices have gone up or gone down. So don't take my word completely serious that I just said about the prices. Anyways, just to complete the look, how about let's put the $1 Million Championship on it, which he does not come with this belt. The Elite Series 10 version does. But I got this with my Hall of Fame $1 Million Man Ted Dibiase figure. And he looks great with the $1 Million Championship too. So, awesome. So overall, this figure's fantastic. Aside from the gold, the gold paint fading on the back of his trunks, aside from that, this figure's fantastic. So if you are a Ted Dibiase fan, if you grew up during the era that he was wrestling around, and if you can find this for a good price, I would definitely recommend picking this up. Like I said, I got mine for about $8, so that's a great price, so good steal. So who knows, you might be able to find it at a yard sale or a convention, or eBay shouldn't be too bad. So I'd say if you can find this for a good price, definitely pick it up. He's definitely one of the better figures from the early era of the Mattel WWE action figures. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to follow me on social media, like my Facebook fan page, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are down below in the description. Check that out, and you can message me anytime you want, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.